psychic, Cindy, and I'm a full trance medium, and I'm also a clairvoyant. And what that means is that I work with spirit guides, and I work with spirits that have crossed over. And I've made several predictions that have been documented, that have been printed before they've occurred. Many predictions have not occurred yet, but so far, earthquakes, tsunamis, the bridges that have collapsed, 911, missing bodies, missing people, have located bodies. These things are not impossible to do. I saw the tsunami happen before it happened for a long time in Southeast Asia. As a matter of fact, I predicted it on a couple local radio stations, and I kept saying, you don't understand, there's an earthquake in Southeast Asia. It's going to be like an atomic bomb underground. It's something no one's seen before. And it did in fact happen. I had visions of 911 for several months. I would wake up and I would see dust, and I would hear voices, and I could see the planes going in the wrong direction. I remember waking up, being in an airport and asking myself, why am I here? To such an extent that I was looking at flights. And at one point I was standing in a cockpit, and it was very lucid, and I was standing behind a pilot, and I heard a voice say, a man's voice say to me, it's the pilot. He's a fighter pilot. A lot of times I would have visions, and I would see a little boy or a little girl, and I could describe what they looked like. I could feel their energy. And a lot of times I would get little messages, my name is Brian, tell my mother I'm okay. But I would be like, well, okay, Brian, I'll tell your mother you're okay, and leave it at that. 3, 4, 5 days later, I would be out somewhere, and I would see someone, and immediately I would hear that little boy talking. I would feel that energy. And I would walk up to the woman and say, I don't want to upset you, but did you lose a child? And she would say, of course, yes. And I'd say, if his name is Brian, and she would look at me, I would say, then I need to tell you that he's okay. And so all this information was downloading through me. I needed an outlet. So I wrote a book, and that was something I felt the need to do. And then I also started to document, not only on my radio show, not only in front of groups of people, but just simple articles where you could see the date, and then afterwards you could see that the information in the column that I wrote, which I wrote many, did in fact come true. And as I had stated many times that, yes, you can, in the media it's very easy to voice over audio cassettes. It's very easy to edit and splice video. But if you put something in a newspaper that's published and has the date, and these predictions happen, come true 3, 4, 5 months after they're put in writing, they absolutely can prove that we are communicating with spirit, we are communicating with spirit guides, and there is an oversoul. There is a higher power. There is a way to access information about tomorrow today.